Yes, my dear friends, welcome back to the channel. Very good afternoon to you wherever you are on the continent of Africa, where World Cup qualifiers are taking place right now, ladies and gentlemen. In Europe, in America, in Canada, Australia, right here in Southeast Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, you're highly welcome to this special afternoon edition. It is Thursday, and tomorrow, Saturday, a lot of games will be taking place until Monday and Tuesday. World Cup qualifiers all around the globe. Oh yes, even in England. A lot of teams in Europe are equally playing their World Cup qualifiers. But quickly, before I go to Chelsea this very hour, let me just give this few seconds of news on Super Eagles of Nigeria. World Cup qualifier against Rwanda at the Amahoro Stadium. Yes, Amahoro Stadium. Super Eagles versus Rwanda coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow at the Amahoro Stadium. My brothers in Nigeria, this game against Rwanda, I want to just say quickly. Looking at the Super Eagles train, and I look at the players, Lookman, Victor Osimhen, and the rest, it seems to me right now, Super Eagles of Nigeria have the strongest team on the African continent. Individual players that Super Eagles have right now, it seems to me that the strongest team on the African continent right now should be the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And so I will expect nothing less than a win tomorrow. Nothing less than that. Oh yes. I watched the training yesterday, and even this morning, when I look at the caliber of players in camp of the Super Eagles, from the goalkeeping department to the defense to the midfield to the attack, and you know where the Super Eagles are more endowed most is the attack. Super Eagles have almost about 5-6 top-notch strikers. The attack of Super Eagles should not, where I have a problem actually is rather the defense. But you see, the best way to defend is to attack. The best way to defend is to attack. So I will expect the Super Eagles to go all out and win tomorrow's game. Though I'm a Ghanaian, my part of me is also a Nigerian. And I would love to see both countries in the World Cup. Thank God right now, we are not in the same group. If it's going to be the next round or the next round before Ghana and Nigeria are going to meet, I pray we don't meet again. I pray Ghana and Nigeria doesn't meet again this World Cup qualifier. Dear friends, it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe tomorrow morning, I'll bring you some videos or some pictures from... Actually, I have it, but I think time will not permit us to display those ones right now. All right, quickly, let's move to Chelsea. This issue came up yesterday, and I was asking myself questions. Kenyan Dewsbury-Hall has started studying for PFA sporting directorship course. Dewsbury-Hall, Chelsea's new player that we just signed from Leicester, that came along with Enzo Maresca, has started training or studying for PFA sporting directorship course. I saw this in the news yesterday. I'm like, at this age, is it that he's having a plan of retiring very early? Is it? Dewsbury-Hall should be 23 or 22. I mean, he is between 23, 26. Dewsbury-Hall is around 20. Yeah. He's not more than 26 years old. He's not that old. Let me not make a mistake. He's not old. He should be in his prime by now in football terms in Europe. Between 23, 26 is your prime. He's already studying to become what? A sporting director. Is the guy preparing himself to take over from Paul Winstanley and Lawrence Stewart? He wants to become a threat to his current sporting directors at Chelsea. I don't get it. It's not common to see players that are still playing that will start, studying to become sporting directors. In most cases, you can say, okay, they are they are doing their badge to become a coach, being coaches, to become coaches. But to be a sporting director is not very common. That's why I'm surprised. Let me hear from you. Do you know any player that is also studying to become a sporting director? Let me know from the comment section, dear friends. Dewsbury-Hall is already studying to become a sporting director at his young age, dear friends. All right. Now let's move on. Capito Reece James. Reece James was in the news from earlier yesterday morning. Reece James speaking on his international call-up to England and about the coach, Thomas Tuchel, who managed Reece James. Oh yes, when we won the last Champions League. Reece James made a comment which actually raised a lot of eyebrows. He said, and I quote, "The best coach that I have worked under is Thomas Tuchel." He didn't say Frank Lampard. He didn't mention Graham Potter. He didn't mention Mauricio Pochettino. He didn't mention current coach Enzo Maresca. He says Thomas Tuchel, the current England national team coach, who under him, Reece James won the Champions League. Under him, Reece James won the Champions League. He says he is the best coach that he had ever worked under. Ladies and gentlemen, when I saw it in the news, I'm like, whoa, really? So, your current coach, Enzo Maresca, is still not the best you've been working under. I agree, 100%. I myself, Maresca cannot be compared to Thomas Tuchel. As a matter of fact, 70-80% of Chelsea fans, in fact, 90% of Chelsea fans will wish that Thomas Tuchel is back at Chelsea. So I agree with him 100%. But where the challenge lies is, Maresca is your current coach. What if you come back tomorrow and he benches you? I'm not your best. Okay, then stay on the bench. But you see, that brought up a lot of issues about Thomas Tuchel's way of handling the players. Whether he's playing them at their rightful positions or not. And ladies and gentlemen, it will interest you to note that under Enzo Maresca, Reece James played 8 games this season. He started 8 games in the Premier League under Enzo Maresca. 8 games under Enzo Maresca this season. Against Liverpool, he was playing as a right back, right centre back under Liverpool. Versus Newcastle, Chelsea, Liverpool, he played as right back, right centre back. Chelsea versus Newcastle, he played left back, left centre back. Chelsea versus Manchester United, he was played as left back, left centre back. Chelsea versus Wolves, he was played as right back, right centre back. Chelsea against Wolves, he was played as right back, centre back. Chelsea Man City, right back, right centre back. Chelsea West Ham, right back, right centre back. Chelsea versus Aston Villa, defensive midfielder, DM. Chelsea versus Arsenal, defensive midfielder, DM. Now, the question is, where is Reece James' rightful position? It shows clearly here. Right back. We know Reece James as right back. As a matter of fact, we know him to be the best right back in the world. That is why even Real Madrid want to buy him. The best right back. Overlapping and his crosses. That is what he's known for. Now, for Enzo Maresca to try to be playing all these games of multi-system, a player must be able to play multiple positions, 2, 3, 4 positions, right back, center back, DM, left back, center back. You are destroying the play. I don't like it, and many people don't like it. It is not helping. Now, I'm about to conclude quickly. Look at this. We understand Chelsea want to let go of Jadon Sancho. This is how we will be letting go of good players. When we continuously play them at the wrong position, we can't get the best out of them. In football, consistency matters a lot, dear friends. You played me today at left wing, as a left winger. I might not do well, but let's just say I was able to achieve 50% of the game. You know, I scored 50 marks. You expect that next game, the same left winger, I will achieve 55. Third game, you'll be expecting me to score like 70%, right? Then, you play me first game, I achieve 50% mark. The next game, you took me to the right side of the field. No consistency. Therefore, the players cannot develop. They will not master the system, the formation, and they will not get you can never get the best out of them. Jadon Sancho against Arsenal, we saw him play from the right side. Throughout this season, I've never seen Jadon Sancho play from as a right winger. We've always seen him play from the left side. Pedro Neto, you place him as number 9. Fair be it. Cole Palmer was in the game. So therefore, what is expected is that Christopher Nkunku was supposed to play the Cole Palmer's role, number 10. Even if anything at all, Christopher Nkunku rather we know him to be false 9. False 9. So no matter how you want to rotate it, you took Jadon Sancho to the right side, and that is not a known position for him. Manchester United will let Ruben Amorim decide Jadon Sancho's future. In the unlikely event he returns to Old Trafford, there have been suggestions Chelsea could look to back out of the agreement even if the conditions are met. This is how Enzo Maresca is putting players at risk. Their career is damaging their career. Maresca is destroying players in Chelsea. No. You know, from day one, I said that this is a championship coach. I've never liked him. Even if he qualifies Chelsea for Champions League, I will still not be convinced. Because he's gotten more than expected. He's gotten listen, put aside experience. We've gotten talented players. From defense, how many defenders do you have this season? Did we buy this season? In this season, we got Tosin to beef up the defense, right? In this same season, we got Renato Viega to beef up our defense. When Michael Cuella, we have him there from last season. Malo Gusto, we have him there from last season. Reece James from last season. Wesley Fofana, he was injured throughout last season. We didn't see the best of him. We didn't see much throughout, but we understood that this season he'll recover fully and he'll be part of the first team. And we had Badashile from last season. You can't not tell me that Tosin. We've gotten yes. You cannot tell me that almost about 6, 7, 8 defenders. You've gotten Petrovic, Robert Sanchez, Philip Jorgensen, Pendes, and you have these goalkeepers to choose from. You allowed Petrovic to go to Strasbourg, and we have Sanchez and Jorgensen this season. Listen, the excuses for Enzo Fernandez is just too much. You see, the annoying part is that when I hear that these owners, they believe in the project, and they believe that Enzo Maresca is the man to take them to 2026 season. When I hear all this stuff, it brings the question back in my mind. What actually did Pochettino do wrong? Because under Pochettino, most of these players were not available. Poch never had the luxury of players available like Enzo Maresca have right now this season. Poch, at the time, we had 12, 13 players injured throughout the season. Yet, we attained 6th position last season. You can imagine with this current squad, Pochettino, with this current squad this season, the energy that the team started with from the beginning of the season, it wasn't the doing of this current coach. It was what Pochettino built. Because under Pochettino's era, Jackson, it was his first season in Chelsea. Cole Palmer, it was his first season in Chelsea. Most of the players, even Christopher Nkunku from preseason, he got injured. He did not play in the preseason in the Premier League last season. So you cannot blame Pochettino for not qualifying Chelsea for Champions League last season. No. Last season we had only Jackson, and it was his first time in the Premier League. Some of you guys are quick to forget. My time is up, dear friends. I'll be back. I'll see you guys in the next one when you see me. Shalom and peace.